The underground roundel, or undergroundel if you're in a hurry, is probably the most recognisable transport logo in the world. In fact, it's almost a symbol for London as a whole, as well as being adapted for nearly all forms of transport in the city. But did you know its origins go all the way back to ancient Greece? I'm going to talk about Hermes, not the parcel service that's now called Every, but the messenger of the gods, called Mercury by the Romans. Unlike the parcels service, Hermes the god was a byword for speed and security. He was often portrayed with wings on his cap or on his feet, both of which seem very aerodynamically unsound to me, but I've never seen paintings of him hanging upside down in mid-air, so I guess it worked for him. There was a symbol used to represent him, which was a winged wheel. Now, like many symbols, the winged wheel served more than one purpose. Not only did it represent Hermes, but more generally, speed and motion. Later, it attached itself, not literally, to vehicles intended to be fast. It could be a symbol for chariots. In the ancient equivalent of cartoons, portraying a chariot with wings indicated that it was moving fast, much as we might draw speed lines today. It could also refer to progress, again something that we associate with moving forward. As the centuries went on, the symbol was used for other forms of transport. Both the Cyclists Touring Club in Britain and the League of American Bicyclists used a wheel with 3 wings. As you might imagine, railways, which represented speed, carried messages, and were the epitome of progress in the 19th century, also often used it. Here's a cherub at Waterloo sporting a pair of winged wheels on, for some reason, the sides of its head. In 1855, the London General Omnibus Company was formed. This was an amalgamation of several bus companies then operating in the city. Buses until that point had often been unreliable and even dangerous. London General was to be a solid, disciplined transport provider that the passenger could rely on, and naturally they too adopted the winged wheel as their logo. It would feature a bar across it, with the word General. The radiator badge used on London General buses, which the company manufactured themselves, consisted of just a wheel and a bar, without spokes. Meanwhile, over on the underground railways there was a problem. You think advertising is bad today? Well, in the Victorian era, it was worse. Stations were so plastered with posters that passengers couldn't easily spot the name of their station. So Underground Electric Railways of London came up with an eye-catching sign in 1908. A solid red circle with the name of the station on a bar. Easy to spot on platforms. The Metropolitan Railway copied the idea with a diamond. The circle and bar was not only useful, but it was a great emblem for the company. At this time, most railways used elaborate coats of arms or fancy monograms. The new underground symbol stood out in more ways than one. In 1912, London General was bought out by UERL. Clearly, UERL placed a great deal of value in their new acquisition because they decided to merge General's logo with their own. As both companies conveniently used a symbol that included a circle and a bar, this merge basically consisted of hollowing the UERL circle out to make it look more like a wheel. Edward Johnston was assigned the job of designing this new symbol. He also devised the typeface used across the network, a variant of which is still in use to this day. The new symbol began to appear from 1919 onwards. It was refined in the 1920s to incorporate the aforementioned Johnston typeface. Soon the roundel, or bullseye as it used to be known, was appearing everywhere, even appearing in architecture on new stations. In 1933, London Transport was formed and continued to use the roundel. In 2000, the London Transport name was replaced with Transport for London, an organisation with a broader remit for transportation in the city. And not only did they keep the roundel, they applied it to the forms of transport that came under that broader remit. No matter who's in charge, no matter what administrative and organisational changes take place, no attempt to oust the roundel has ever caught on. It really is the perfect logo. And all because some anonymous Greek artist decided that Hermes needed wheels. Well, I hope you enjoyed this swift tale from the tube. If you did, please do click the like button, subscribe for more on the history of the underground and whatever else crosses my mind. And in the meantime, I'd like to thank my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. You are the bar to my circle. And I'll see you all again very soon for another tale from the tube.